Alright guys, here you go. I just wanted to go ahead and make a video on the on a Prowler build I have set up. It's basically a stealth, artillery, and ambushing build, so it's a bit versatile there. Main parts of it are going to be having your stealth maxed out, your anchor maxed out, and AP rounds, armor piercing rounds, and your Vulcan for ambushing. And then so what I'm going to do is kind of go through that for you, and then I'm going to go ahead and show some gameplay footage of it where I was basically averaging around 30,000 points a life with it. So even when there's no alert going on, no bonuses, it basically averages around 10,000 points a life to it. So let's go ahead and take a look into the vehicle. Get the Prowler out. Alright, so we have the P2 120 armor piercing rounds, and then what do I do with that is try to max out. Basically what I do is I put a 2x zoom on it. That way you can do long range artillery shots is the idea from that. And then you want to go ahead and I still need to work on this more. You can see it's not even maxed all the way out, but I can still do amazing damage with it. So once you get that maxed out, what the idea with this build is you're wanting to have your reload speed as much as you can. That's kind of what the anchor mode goes together. So your reload speed on your armor piercing rounds and your anchor mode kind of work in synergy together. Anyways, so let me go ahead and put and see the next thing, and then you want to have a bunch of ammo. This mainly is so that you don't have to constantly go back and re-find you know, ammo towers and stuff like that, so that way you can kind of keep going, because a lot of this build being stealth is going to be behind enemy lines. Alright, so then you're going to have the Vulcan on it, which is basically the TR's best weapon, but it's only good in close to mid-range, mainly close range. And so from here, again, you want to have this scope. You can, you know, if you're a gunner or if you have to jump in your seat, I just put a one-time scope, 0.25 scope on it. You could put thermal optics. A lot of people like that, and I probably will put thermal optics on them for them, because this is a pretty close range, you know, shot. So you can see this goes up to 180 meters, whereas night vision goes to 1,000. So I would like to have both of those two for a night, throw in the night vision, thermal for this. You don't really need night vision optics on the Vulcan, but if you were another build on this, if you're going to do completely all long range attacks, you're never going to get in close and use the Vulcan for ambushing, then you want to put the halberd on it, and that way you and your gunner can both shoot long range anti-armor rounds. Alright, so a big part of this build is the anchor mode. Want to, you know, get that maxed out, because you can see basically next rank increases reload speed a bonus to 48%. So 48% reload speed plus the reload speed maxed out here. You're getting a really, you know, probably 50% reload, so it's extremely fast, and you'll see that in some of the gameplay if you stick around and watch that. Next thing I use is racer high-speed chassis, because I'm using stealth. So this racer kind of works with stealth, as in you shoot, you hit, you kill, and you get out fast. Or you can also retreat and disappear. The important thing is vehicle stealth maxed out, because then not only does it increase the time required for seeking weapons to establish a lock. So guys with their heavies, with their lock-on rockets, are going to take a lot longer to lock onto you, so you'll be able to get away with that high-speed racer chassis also working together with it. But the big thing is it prevents the vehicle from being auto-detected on the mini-map. Your vehicle is automatically shown on the map when it's in a radius of enemies. When you have the stealth on, especially when it's maxed all the way out, you don't show up on the map. I'll literally come up behind people, a foot behind them if I need to, and then shoot them in the rear. I mean, if they're not looking at you physically in the game, they're not going to see you. Most people rely on their map heavily. So that, combined with some camo, having the right camo for each world, you know, have the ice camo for Esamir, the desert camo here for Endar, and different camos, is going to help you, you know, kind of obviously be stealthed. So the idea in this build, how it works is you want to be able to do large perimeters around enemy target zones. So if, say, someone they were attacking this base, then I would want to get a large perimeter around it, to where I would have distance on my side. And then you want to find your targets. Mainly what you specialize in is taking out vehicles. So, so you find your targets, you come up on like a sunder or something like that, anchor in, wait till it deploys, and then just start unloading on them. You can see how fast this one shoots. So that's how you take out vehicles on your own. Then you have the Vulcans for if you have mobile, say tanks, vanguards. You want to get in close and hit them in the rear, or make sure you have rear shots. That's where the stealth really comes in. So you always want to surprise attack them. So if you see them, don't just open up on them. Follow them. Wait till they stop if you have to. Whatever you gotta do to get the prime opportunity to attack them. You got a gunner with you, man. Hold your fire till you're, say these rocks were an enemy tank. Hold your fire till you get into range where you can hit them good, and then both of you open fire at the same time, and you'll kill vanguards and mag riders and sunders and lightnings within seconds. So the idea of this build, again, is 100% stealth, 100% reload speed and anchor mode in, and then also having the Vulcan is kind of your secondary defensive weapon. You can take infantry out with it at medium range. You can take aircraft out with it if they start hovering and try to take you out. So it's a really good defensive weapon to kind of get the infantry, the aircraft, and then also if you have a gunner, to ambush. And so that's the build. Go ahead, guys, and watch some of the gameplay videos to show you how this works out in it. If you haven't subscribed already, help me out and subscribe. I'm going to be making some more build videos on light assault, engineer class, infiltrator class. Was working on that, and so get all that going. The other part of this build I want to show you is your engineer class that you run with it, which is kind of important. So the other part is you want to have your engineer. You want to have, first thing you want to do is max out your repair kit. A big part of this is when you hit, you're going to take damage. When you attack, say, a Sunder or even Vanguards, whatever you're going to attack, you're going to take damage after they realize you're attacking them. They're going to return fire. You're going to take some damage. You want to be able to retreat with your high-speed racer chassis, and then you're going to want to be able to repair quickly and then get to a safe spot and disappear off the map again. So you want to make sure you can get like your smoke trail off of your vehicle repaired and everything. So that's the first part of it. And then the second part of it is another tactic that I do, is you want to have tank mines. And I've also upgraded my utility pouch, so now I can deploy 4 tank mines at a time. What I'll do is I'll look at the place we're attacking. So if we were attacking crater firing range, I try to find out where the enemy vehicles are most likely going to be spawning from. So let's say down here. Let's go down here, for instance. Okay, we're attacking this north gate garrison. So some vehicles are going to spawn out of here, but they're going to come out into a hot zone. Most likely they'll fall back where we're going to be at next. You can look and see most of their vehicles are going to be coming out of this tech plant right here. So what I would do is, if I was attacking this, while I'm waiting for the point to cap, I would drive down here, find their vehicle spawn, and put landmines on the exits of it. Go back here and control this area. That way when someone comes over here and they're like, hey, I'm going to spawn a vehicle and try to come up behind them. Well, they're going to spawn a vehicle, they're going to blow up in your landmines. Then you're going to get points for it, an alert for it. You're going to refill your landmines and go fill them up. So want to have landmines as part of this build, is having defensive areas, defensive positions using your landmines. So the other thing this build is really good for making points is from long distance taking out turrets. So you can see if that was a enemy turret, I could take these turrets out very quickly. So anyways, so that's a build, guys. Watch the rest of the video so you can see how it plays out. Give me some comments and stuff like that. Let me know what's going on. If you like the video, help me out and like it. Help me out and subscribe if you can. And that's about it.
light.
Oh fuck?
I can repair that.
Yeah, when the liberator came in. I see a smoking tank. Take it out.
Stay alert! Enemy heavy nearby! Eyes on an enemy lightning! Hostile lightning being spotted! I'm an engineer. I'll repair you. I need an enemy lightning.
Ethamir has fallen to the new conglomerate.
So stupid. finally got me. Uh. Come on, man. That'll work. Shit, come on, man. cool with it. 32,000.